You guys recently voted on a poll on my YouTube channel for the video you wanted to see next, and it was why I am no longer going to be buying any gold. Hello future investors and welcome back to another weekly episode. Thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I hope all of your stacking goals are going to plan. Now I want to start by saying thank you for voting on my recent community post regarding what video I should upload next. I'm definitely going to be doing more of those because I found it very interactive to get information from you guys on what you actually wanted to watch. And I also want to let you know that there's going to be a huge rebranding going on with future investments. I'm going to be changing my channel banner, my channel icon, and my setups are going to be changing a lot more regularly, so make sure you keep tuned so you see the regular changes. Now today, yes, I'm going to talk about why I am no longer going to be buying any gold. Now by gold I mean this beautiful looking design and gold piece like this, or maybe some more fractional gold like this quarter ounce. Yes, it's true, I'm not going to be buying any more gold, at least for the rest of this year. Now there is a really important reason behind why I am no longer buying gold, and it has to be an important reason for me because I absolutely love protecting my wealth with precious metals such as gold and silver bullion. I think it's one of the best, if not the best, hedge against inflation to really protect your wealth. Now let's dig deep into why I'm not buying any more gold for the rest of this year. Well, it really stems down to one reason. My investment plans, my investment goals, they are focusing more right now on the passive income side of my portfolio. Currently, I don't have a huge passive income portfolio. I have a few drips of income. I've got my actual employed job, my YouTube channel, and a few other very small drips of income. But I really need to focus on creating a much bigger passive income where I can make my pounds employees, where they can work for me. And it's all very well putting my money into precious metals such as gold and silver bullion, but I'm not actually going to make myself wealthy in the period of time that I'm looking to make myself financially stable. Yes, gold bullion has a fantastic reputation with going up in price and, actually returning you some profits, but it's a very long-term hold, and my plan, as you know, is to retire early, and that's not going to be feasible by just investing all of my money into gold bullion. So, what are my plans? Well, my plans consist of saving a huge amount of capital in the next 18 months, year and a half, where I'll be able to buy my very first buy-to-let property. I'm going to be doing this on an interest-only mortgage, and as I say, a buy-to-let, it kind of clue is in the name. It's going to be a rental income, therefore creating me passive income. And I have calculated that if I stick to a hard set plan and really focus on this, I could potentially expand from owning one property right now, which I live in, to actually having this property and 2 or 3 actual buy-to-lets by the time I'm 30. So if that's the case and I can do that, that will mean I'm well on my way to creating a very nice passive income for myself at still a relatively young age at 30. So yeah, I actually turned 27 this Thursday, so I'm definitely watching the clock. I'm trying to make the smartest and best investments I can, and I really want to at least get my first buy-to-let before I turn 30. So giving myself 18 months, that's definitely doable. Okay, so yeah, talking about gold, yeah, I would still like to keep buying it, but as you know, I'm putting most of my money into my savings account, essentially, to release on the property when I buy it. Now, I don't like having money in my savings account or my premium bonds account. As we know, it's dead money, but it needs to sit somewhere where it's easily accessible for me to take out as soon as that capital is readily available. Now, you could argue that I'm still protecting my wealth by investing in property. Not only is it a passive income, but I'm actually investing it into an asset that is, if not guaranteed to appreciate over the years, but instead of just like precious metals where it beats inflation, The property will beat inflation, hopefully, but it will also pay me a passive income. And as we know, inflation is very, very high right now, especially in the UK. Another word for inflation is actually quantitative easing. And that means basically the inflation rates and what's going on. So quantitative easing is currently a big thing in the UK right now. Food is at an all-time high. I did do a bit of research, and inflation figures are slightly down from this time last year. But I mean, take that with a pinch of salt, because what they say and what actually is very, very different, because the figures officially might say inflation has come down, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're better off than you were this time last year. So yeah, I am not really planning on buying any more gold for the rest of this year. It's going to be really difficult for me because I absolutely love buying precious metals. I love stacking gold and silver bullion. As you can see here, I've got this 1/4 ounce piece, and my goal for this year was actually to buy 2 1-ounce Gold Britannia bullion coins, and I was lucky enough to do that while also buying some other amazing precious metals that you would have seen on the channel. If I am ever going to consider buying some more precious metals, really it's probably going to be 1/4 ounce gold bullion coins like this, simply for the fact that I love the weight value. I think you're really avoiding high premiums while also getting a nice fractional piece of gold that will be very valuable and very desirable in the future, because I think 1-ounce bullion coins are going to be quite out of reach for a lot of people in the next decade or two. And 1 gram bars, as much as I love them, their premiums are very, very high, and I'm looking to actually try and get the most for my money. So that would mean sticking with 1/4 ounce gold bullion coins. So as it stands, I'm really hammering my savings and building up that capital to release in the next 18 months into a first buy-to-let property. However, having said that, it's unlikely, but if I get spontaneous and I kind of miss later on this part in the year, I miss actually adding to my stack, I may treat myself to a couple of 1/4 ounce Gold Britannias, but it is very, very unlikely. I say that with a pinch of salt, because I am so driven and focused right now on building my passive income portfolio, which really is essentially going to be consisting of just property on an interest-only mortgage at a buy-to-rate scheme. Here I've got a 1 gram gold bar. I would like to get some more of these, but the premiums are quite high. You're looking at around £75 for one of these now from the Royal Mint. So it's a lot of money and you've got to wait a long time. So really I'm looking to try and increase my wealth and increase my passive income and my multiple streams of income. I think that's much more important for me right now than investing in gold and silver bullion. Financially, I'm pretty comfortable. You know, I'm not, by no means am I wealthy, not even close. I still have to work for a living. I couldn't even consider not working, but I'm in a position where I don't feel like right now it's absolutely necessary for me to dump so much of my money into gold and silver bullion, because it just doesn't fit my investment and stacking goals right now. Once I am a lot more settled and I have maybe 1, maybe 2, 3 buy-to-let properties under my belt, and maybe YouTube's picked up by then, because we have recently hit 2,000 subscribers, so I'm hoping that revenue picks up on YouTube. Once I start to see a real steady flow of more passive income where my money is working for me, I will then really delve back into precious metals and dump a serious amount of capital into predominantly gold, while also sticking maybe half of that percentage what I'm investing in gold into silver, because I do see silver as a maybe slightly more profitable investment over gold. I see gold as a real safety net, a real protection device, whereas I see silver as a slightly more of an investment piece. It's got a lot more volatile. It's a lot more volatile because of its industrial uses and its demand. So I do think big things for silver are happening. So yeah, overall, it does kind of make me sad that I'm not planning on buying more gold and silver bullion right now, because, you know, it's what I love. It's simple. It's a super safe wealth preservation device. But right now, it's so much more important for me to build my passive income portfolio and make my money work for me. So yeah, that's the reason why I'm not going to be buying any more gold. So yeah, right now I am reading some books that are really helping my knowledge. How to Own the World by Andrew Craig, and I've just finished Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. So yeah, I'm constantly investing in myself, my mindset, to try and better my knowledge when it comes to investing. So when I do release that large amount of capital on my first property, I'm much more prepared for that situation. So by no means don't think there's going to be no gold being shown on the channel. This channel is predominantly about precious metals, and you guys love it, so I will constantly be showing precious metals. And I'm lucky enough that Tavex Bullion constantly keep sending me wonderful pieces to review and unbox, so you're still going to get to see amazing unboxings of really big and expensive pieces of silver and gold. So precious metals are not going anywhere. They're still extremely important to me in my life, in my financial goals and plans, but right now my focus is on saving the fiat cash to release into more passive incomes. And then once I'm rewarded by those passive incomes, that's when I really delve deep into precious metals. And luckily I've got time on my side, being only 26 right now, turning 27 in a few days. I feel like that's a good plan for my current timeline. You guys know I want to retire in the next 20 years at around 46, at the absolute latest 50. So I definitely can see that being doable. I've sat down and worked out the figures, and I can definitely, actually, in my opinion, get free buy-to-let properties in the next 4 to 7 years. So yeah, big things happening for me in the next few years. It's going to be a big push, a big drive. But yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting the channel. I appreciate all of your support, and a big shout out to the channel members. We've got many now, but the ones that do want to be mentioned, the Stack Collector and 365 Days of Silver. And until next time, I will see all of you wonderful future investors in the very next episode. Bye bye, guys. To watch another video on future investments, click the link now.